It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I've been in front of the camera. Let's hope I haven't lost all my charm. Hey guys, so Hallie's birthday is coming up very, very soon. She's turning 21, and since I've been 21 for a total of like 5, almost 6 months, I thought that I should give her 21 tips on getting tipsy. And of course, it's no Vivian and alcohol video without some alcohol included. Don't worry, it's not a whole stainless steel tumbler, and I'm not going to drink the whole thing. But without further ado, Hallie, 21 tips on getting tipsy. It's not that bad. I mean, it's Fireball. It's not that bad, but damn. Tip number 1. Go out with people that you trust. Or you could interpret this as go out with people who are experienced with drinking. One of my first times ever going out for real, I went with someone who just let themselves go. We were in an area that we were not familiar with. It was just like the worst possible situation that I could have been getting drunk in. I had no food in my stomach, and I had to play babysitter. And trying to play babysitter or your own caretaker when you don't even know what your alcoholic limit is very unsafe. So go out with people that you trust, people that are experienced, and in an area that you are comfortable and safe in. That's the biggest tip. 2, use the big straw. Always. They'll always try to give you a little straw. If they do, try to get a second one. Best case scenario is to get 2 big straws, but 1 big straw will do. The more you intake and the quicker you do it, the drunker you're gonna be. That's just the science. 3, pregame to save money. But don't pregame too hard and be too drunk before you even go out, because that's how disasters happen. 4, leave the tab open. Just leave it open. 5, just don't use Snapchat or Twitter or any social media or really any communication services on your phone or web device at all, because you will always feel more capable than you actually are of not looking like a fool. 6, just be aware of your combination of drinks. I know a lot of websites will say it's not what you drink, it's how much you drink, and I'm sure there's a lot of truth to that, but all I know is that when I drink like gray bombs, which have caffeine and carbonation in them, halfway through the night, I just feel sick and I feel awful. So I've learned to avoid those types of drinks. I know there's also rules about mixing your liquor and your beer. Unfortunately, you'll just kind of learn what doesn't work for you the hard way. 7, I'm going to introduce to you my secret to success when it comes to going to the bar. It's called the 2-pocket method. So I always go to the bar with pants that have 2 back pockets. Right cheek is for my phone, left cheek is for my wallet, and that's all I bring. Because the more stuff you bring with you to the bar, the more stuff you're likely to lose at the bar. 8, always, always, always check the floor in the bathroom before you leave for any dropped items, particularly if you use the 2-pocket method. As much as I love it, items have a tendency to fall out, and so just give it a quick glance, make sure you didn't drop your phone or your wallet or something important, because that could be the deciding factor between the best night of your life and the worst night of your life. So just check the floor. 9, while we're on the topic of being in the bathroom, if you decide to bring a bag and not use the 2-pocket method, which is fine, just make sure you bring tissues or maybe even a whole roll of toilet paper with you, because inevitably the ladies' restroom will always run out of toilet paper. I don't know why. Bars haven't figured out they have to put a few extra rolls in there. But this is a phenomenon that I have witnessed across many a bar. It doesn't matter whether it's a cheap bar, an expensive bar, Friday night, Saturday night, Thursday night. It doesn't matter. Or some drunk bitch will drop the toilet paper in the toilet and people still use it. It's like, oh my god, it's like a war zone between 12:30 and 2 a.m. in the ladies' restrooms. Okay, 10. While it's super, super important to not drink on an empty stomach, it's also very important to monitor how much food you are taking in whilst drinking. I recommend eating a big meal a couple hours before you decide to go out so it can fully digest but still coat your stomach, and then maybe snacking a little bit throughout the night. I always have a tendency of both drinking and eating too much, which results in me vomiting. Another big thing to note is that eating while drinking allows you to metabolize the alcohol a lot slower, which means it will take you longer to get rid of all the alcohol in your system, but it reduces the effects, and so you won't be as buzzed or as drunk. Burns. I know there's someone out there going, "Ugh, she's complaining about Fireball." Listen, it doesn't taste bad, it's just very burny to the mouth. It even says "Ignite the Night" on the back. Are you really gonna fight me about that? God, girl can't just drink some whiskey around here. 11. So this one's like super common and I'm sure everyone's heard this one, but I think it's still worth mentioning. Just always keep your drink in your hand or in the hand of a trusted friend if you're going to the bathroom, because there are freaks and psychopaths and crazy people everywhere. Even in the cutest, nichest little bar, someone's probably got a roofie tablet in their back pockets. 12. Make sure you have Uber or Lyft or some kind of ride obtaining service already downloaded and set up on your phone. You never know whether you're going to need a ride or whether you're going to need to get a safe ride for your friend. And it's just so much easier and less stressful to have all of that stuff set up and ready to go. I always recommend taking Ubers and all that stuff in pairs or in groups just because the world's a crazy place. But getting in an Uber is far superior to getting in a car with a drunk driver. 12. It's totally cool to explore your limits with alcohol. That's what being 21 is all about. But don't feel like each time you go out you have to like break your record or break somebody else's record. For the first several months, I kept going out and being like, I drank like 8 drinks the last time. I have to beat that. I have to at least be at that level or greater. And then one day it kind of clicked and I'm like, no, I don't. Eventually you learn what too much is, and it's not fun when it's been too much, especially not the next day. So don't feel constantly pressured like you always have to push yourself further and like build up your street cred by being able to down half a bottle of whiskey in 15 minutes. It's a fruitless battle to be able to drink an entire liquor store in an evening. Plus, it's so expensive. It's so expensive to have to drink a lot. So, the less you have to drink and the more fun you can have, the better you are overall. Double fisting may be trashy, but it's also kind of fun. So I'm gonna insert a picture of me here, having fun, being trained how to do it right. If you're wondering what I'm drinking there, Tito's and lemonade and a green tea shot. I love my sugary girly drinks, what can I say? 15. So you might be wondering, well, how am I supposed to know when I'm tipsy versus when I'm drunk versus when I'm lit? A good way to know when you're drunk is when you willingly volunteer to anyone within earshot that I'm not drunk. Now there's a difference between actually saying I'm not drunk and saying I'm not drunk. 16. Don't leave your card at the bar. Not that I've done that recently. 17. Don't feel pressured to drink anything that someone has bought for you or is offering you, especially if it's something that you don't like, or if you think it's going to push you into like an unsafe drinking realm. There's a lot of people that'll buy like 4 shots, one for everybody, and if you're not comfortable taking the shot, it's okay to say no. And I'm someone who sticks to their guns when they're sober, but even drunk me is susceptible to peer pressures. Don't feel pressured to take or drink anything that anyone offers you. It's not a requirement. You don't owe them anything because they bought you something. 18. A responsible individual would tell you to drink water in between each of your alcoholic drinks, but I'm metal AF and I've never done that. I wrote that one when I was a little bit drunk, if you couldn't tell. So yes, it does help you pace yourself if you drink 1 glass of water for every alcoholic drink that you've consumed, but I haven't gotten to that stage of responsibility in my life yet. If you're dehydrated, hydrate. 19. Sugary drinks will get the job done faster. Sugar in your stomach will ferment with the alcohol and produce more alcohol, so it gives you a stronger buzz and a longer buzz, and some people claim it even gives you a worse hangover. I don't know. I drink almost exclusively sugary drinks, and my hangovers always kind of flop all over the place with severity of symptoms. But, you know, take that for what you will. Avoid them or suck them down as you see fit. 20. Make sure that you have some kind of comfort or fast food readily available for you the next day. I don't know what it is about the greasiest, worst for you food on the planet, but eating it when you are hungover, or even if you're not hungover, but just after a night out and you just kind of feel sluggish, something about it just makes things better. My personal favorites are Chipotle, Taco Bell, and McDonald's chicken nuggets. And 21 is just have fun and don't overthink it. Honestly, I know that I just gave you a list of tips and tricks and this and that, whatever, but the truth of the matter is, you are 21. You are going to make all of your own mistakes, and you are going to learn all of your own lessons, and the key is to just have fun and enjoy yourself while you are doing it, and then you will have your own list of tips and tricks to pass on to the next poor soul that turns 21 years old. So, Hallie, happy birthday, and cheers. See? I was making those other noises for comedic effect. Just a real quick announcement to everybody. We will be having a fall playlist either finalized very soon or at this very moment finalized. We'll have that linked down in the description box below. It's like 80 days until this whole tour nonsense happens, and I'm freaking out a little bit, to be honest, but I'm super excited. This has just been such a wild ride so far, so thanks for sticking with us. Change of frame, my camera decided to stop recording, but anyways, thank you guys so much. Check out our playlist down below. It's awesome. All of your acoustic indie favorites are down in the description box. Follow us on all of our social media. Stay lit, fam. Hallie, happy birthday. Papa bless. So warm. I woke up the next morning to look at my Twitter and see when your ice melts in your drink and you become reverse Jesus.